Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Brawler, where today we have arrived in Floodwind with Goldlock here to find out what's going on.
Easterlings have been testing the Great River, seeking places to ford.
You've come from Harwick? The Thane was hoping for more men, but I suppose you will have to do. The Easterlings have been testing the Great River, trying to find safe places at which to ford in between the two undeeps. They have a large camp to the northeast, but our people have kept an eye on them, and they seek other ways to strike at us. Perhaps they thought just below the rapids would be safe, or perhaps they fear their commanders more than the rushing waters. A great many perishing trying to cross just below the Sarngebir. Not all, however, not all by half. Many of the Easterlings survived the crossing and have marshalling their forces in an attack on Floodwind. Many of their belongings are scattered and damaged by the waters, but still they seek to recover enough to arm themselves and attack the city. We need you to strike them along the banks of the Anduin, just to the east, below the cliffs. You will also steal from them. You should steal what belongings the survivor that survived the crossing. Okay, fine. Steal stuff from the Easterlings, and it looks like I need to defeat Easterlings of the Woad and collect salvaged belongings. On top of that, for the non-epic stuff, I need to speak with the Thane, who is inside the mead hall, which is right over here. Here we are with Rodwig, the Thane of Floodwind, who's a little bit on the young side, it looks like, but at least he's old enough to exercise his duties, I guess.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Oh, that is the worst voiceover I've ever heard for this character. Oh my goodness gracious. That just sounds completely off to me. Ah, a traveling warrior. Such interesting folk rarely grace our town. It was good old Tidlock that sent you, for you have come to just the right time. Floodwind has enemies on almost every side, and we have not received supplies or traders from Harwick or the Norcross for several weeks. Well, that's a bit of a problem. But getting some XP in there isn't a problem.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
I don't know, it just sounds like one of the great company, that voice. My mother and I were having a bit of a disagreement. I realize that I am newly made Thane, but my father was a great man, and I aspire to do as he would have done. I believe we should ride out and meet our enemies on the field, and drive them from our lands. Mother, on the other hand, wishes to shelter and hide here in Floodwind, and I don't think that my father would have done this, but I do not reject my mother's counsel lightly. Would you ask my people what they think? Alright, guess I could do that. Let's begin with Etta, the Thane's mother.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
I am Ada, the principal counselor and advisor in all matters of Floodwind. My son is young yet to bear all of the responsibilities of a Thane, and so I help where I must. Rodwig is only not ready to ride into war, and war is upon our fair fields and forests. We must invest all of our strength in its defense and dissuade the enemy from venturing near our city. I think that you will find that many agree with me, if you ask around. Alright. And it believes that Rodwig will fall if he rides in the battle, that he's not quite ready. Well, there is always that question about which to do. Hello, sir. Ada wished to know what your opinion is about certain matters of state.
What brings you to these lands?
I can hear the howl of wargs coming from the forest to the northwest. There are some odd sounds coming from the forest to our south as well, but for the most part, things have been quiet at the gate. I don't think that the beasts will attack our city. I loathe sitting here idly and listening while they take over the forest. Why do we not ride out and rid our lands of these vile beasts? Well, apparently he doesn't agree with Ada. And we have a war band here. Small fellowship. No thanks. Hello, sir. How are things coming along at the gate?
Our mission is dire.
Things have been very quiet. Almost too quiet, if you ask me. I haven't seen much of anything lately, neither enemy nor ally. Would you like to hear what I really think? The lack of Rohirrim coming to and from is more concerning than the lack of enemies. We should bolster our defenses, and quickly, if you ask me. I don't know what enemies move about our lands, but I'm worried. Alright, so one says we should ride out. One says that we should defend the town. So what does the third say? And is he kind of a tiebreaker? How things look at this gate?
What brings you to these lands?
The road to the south has been ominous for a while. I have been told the road towards the east wall is crawling with orcs and ubruks. A number of orcs seem to have moved into the forest right outside Floodwind of late, and I would guess that they came from the east wall. We have defenses already set up on the forest to deal with any foes, so I believe that we should be on our guard here in Floodwind. So I should climb to the tower behind the mead hall and take a look into the forest and see what I see over there. He wishes to see the town well defended. This is a good place to look towards the forest. Alright, there we go. Yes, let's have a look at the forest. Orcs cling to the forest in great numbers, but do not set foot beyond the tree's edges. Okay, well, they're staying in the forest for now. Who knows though, it could be that when it gets to be night, they decide, let's come charging by. Something's likely to be brewing.
Our mission is dire.
I suppose that is fair then. If nearly everyone agrees that we should bolster our defenses, then bolster them we must. Mother was likely right in her counsel. I will follow her direction, but perhaps you might be able to help me, since you are free to do as you will here. That's right, they like to send us out in their stead. The young Thane relents, and his mother appears satisfied.
What brings you to these lands?
I'm glad that my son came around. Seeing to our defenses is the only wisdom at such a time. He wishes to be like his father, but his father died from his rash bravery. Well, okay, she is still hurting from that, I guess.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
While I abide my mother's wishes, you at least are free to march into battle. Are you the sort of warrior that would wish to ride out and defeat foes on their own turf? Well, it's more like walk into their camp and punch them in the face, but about the same idea. Yes, I have done some things on occasion. You will do go then. I admire your boldness, Pine Punch. I hope to hear many stories that you might upon your return. The wargs are our biggest concern right now, and they hold our wood stores hostage. Right, so we need to gather wood from the abandoned worksite. Okay, fine. I'll gather some wood from the worksite, and maybe I can take care of those Easterlings and salvage belongings while I'm at it. I have found the wood camp where the wargs are, and it looks like Matron of the Howling Wood. defeat the warg matron. I guess we can do that. And collect pelts from wargs here. And of course we need... oh. And it looks like we're also going to have to kill some wargs. I presume that's what that quest ring is all about. Cleansing the wold of the warg pack. And killing wargs, as usual. Alright. So I think that's quite a bit that we need to do all at once. And I suppose also go down and see if we could... oh, that's just a corpse. Oh, but it's not the last person who attempted to collect wood here. Most likely it is. Ah! I think I found the matron. Biggest warg in the area. That sounds likely. Hey, you! Yeah, the one I just smashed with a mug. She went down very quickly. Oh, way. Okay. Well, it looks like they're no match for my fists. Is that what it seems like? Definitely no problems on foot with the brawler at this level. I think it's just going to be questions about mounted combat, but then that's true with every class. Well, maybe except for hunters. Those who have really nice ranges. Those are the ones that I can get along with on mounted combat a little bit. But otherwise, actually even with a hunter, I do still prefer to stay on foot because you can just fire at them while standing on the ground. Yeah, pretty much it. I prefer to fight from foot. That's what it comes down to. Alright, we've taken care of them. We've taken care of them. How am I doing for them? I just need 3 more pieces of wood. And I'll be done with collecting things over here. Where is... oh, wood piles. And after that, I could then go deal with the Easterlings. Ah, this is where the Easterlings seem to have congregated. Let's deal with a few of these. I'm supposed to be killing 5 Easterlings and collecting 5 sets of belongings. Hi! Want a drink? And belongings. And belongings. There we go. All nice and collected. And we can deal with you two. 3. Ooh. Maybe keep them even. Kill an Easterling, take some belongings. Kill an Easterling, take some belongings. I think I usually have taken one out first and then the other, but... well, right. I had to kill an extra Easterling. But what else is new? Usually I wind up having to kill a few extra as I go through here. Oh, one more just for good measure. We need to keep the invasion force down as small as possible so that we could defend the place properly. There you go. Now, let's go and speak with the Thane and bring these salvaged belongings to the entrance of Floodwind. I have returned with the wood.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
You succeeded! I'm so impressed, Pine Punch. Your deeds inspire me. While we have sat here pounding nails and sharpening swords, you actually cleared the wood of that howling menace and took back our supplies. It is amazing that one brawler can do. Yeah. And I also took care of cleaning out some of the warg packs.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
I asked you to tell me stories of your battle against the wargs in the forest, and you did not disappoint me. I long to wet my own blade with the blood of foes. I am my father's son. I have not been made to sit in stuffy halls and let a sword arm grow weak with disuse. That's not going to make his mother happy. Whee! Uh-oh. He needs me to do more. Yeah, they're never satisfied.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
While you were gone, we lost control of one of our watchtowers, and the orcs who took it renamed the encampment Neen Stakst. So these enemies are from Mordor, Pine Punch. Mordor! I understand you have experience with such foes. I will go there myself and fight them, and I hope that you will join me. My mother wishes to say something. Well, please do not take too long. I will meet you out in the field of battle, my friend, at Ningstagst. She is not going to be happy.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Don't encourage him, Pine Punch. Don't encourage him. Rodwy is no warrior yet, and he endangers his life with such mad ideas. No, Rodwy, you must not go to the orc encampment. I had a feeling she would say that. You shall not go out, Rodwy. That is too dangerous.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Oh, nonsense! My father would never have stood by while the forces of Mordor captured our defenses. I will go out and fight these orcs. How else will I command the respect of my people? My mother can't change my mind. I will see you at the Ningstag's Pine Punch. I look forward to drawing my sword with yours. Sword? What's a sword? I will go, and there will be no more discussion on that matter. Let us meet in the field. The sword? I punched them. Yes. It's in the name! Before I head out again, it's time for me to speak with Goldlock again. Hello?
While you were gone, a raiding party of orcs passed near to Floodwind.
Between your skill in combat and the harsh waters of the great river, perhaps the Easterlings will decide attacking Floodwind is too much trouble. What times we live in! Even if that were so, we would still have to worry about the attacks of raiding orcs. Will Floodwind ever be safe again? While you were gone, a raiding party of orcs passed near Floodwind. Alwold and his men rode out to fight them, and had success. All of the orcs were defeated. The orcs must have recently fought with some elves, for one of Aldwell's men claimed quite a trophy from the body of one of the orcs, a bow of quality elf make, with the finest detailing. He has been showing it off since they returned. His name is Elfsiege, and he's likely challenged your elf to an archery contest before too long. Poor foolish fellow. Yes. Gordon! Hi there.
That is almost certainly the bow I left to Fiemloth.
The orc that claimed my bow carried it into the wold, it appears, and now the man Elsia has taken it. Well, yeah, that's what it sounds like. And what do we got here? We have got... well, it's a little bit on the tanky side, I guess, but I guess that's to be expected for heavy armor.
This will not take long.
You're right. Let us have some words with this man, Elsia. He is sure to return my bow when he understands the situation. Yeah, I'm sure there's absolutely no problem with it. Right? Well, let's go and speak with him. Our little fellowship reunited. And I guess this is Elthea.
I am not unreasonable. What if I gave your friend a chance to win it back?
I am sorry that your friend lost his bow, but it seems to me that anything taken from an orc belongs to the one strong enough to take it. If your friend wants it back, why did he not reclaim it from the orc when he had the opportunity? I am not unreasonable, though. What if I gave your friend an opportunity to win it back in a contest of some sort? Yes. Altwald has given me a message to deliver to Elthangles in the North Crofts. How about this? A test of your mounted skill. Whichever of us reaches Elthangles gets to keep the bow. If I arrive there first, your friend gives up all claim to it. And does he agree to this proposal? If he does, let us speak with our commander, Altwald, outside of Floodwind. He will start the race. I have some obligations with the Thane, which I must fulfill. Only if you're allowed to wait long enough for me to actually start at the same time, because if the Thane's keeping me for the next couple of hours, I have a feeling you're not going to have any competition there. So that's my condition, at least. What are your conditions, Corridon?
If these are the laws of men, I am grateful to be one of the Galadrim.
This is a ridiculous requirement. Why should I have to engage in a competition to determine my right possession of my property that's mine? If these are the laws of men, I'm grateful to be one of the Galadrim. But I'm not worried, Pine Punch. We will best this arrogant sapling that thinks it is a withered oak, and my favorite bow will once again be in my possession. Let us speak with Outlaw outside of Floodwind. The sooner this unnecessary race has begun, the sooner we will win it. Just as I was trying to explain to your competitor over here, I have something I need to do for the Thane first. Right after I'm done with the Thane, and then we could get on with our little competition. But that's going to be in the next episode of Piney Plays the Brawler.